Welcome, Bravehearts from around the globe. Lorraine and I are so happy to be here with you today. And today is day 3 on our water fast. So we want to come out and check in with you, check what your questions could be. We want to know what's going on. How are you feeling? It's day 3. You're getting pretty close to getting all of that digestion completely stopped. And so the body can go after other things so that your body's consciousness can go after other things in the body. Are you feeling good? Are you feeling a little jaggedy? Or are you just really happy to take this time for yourself so that you can lean in on all those self-care and loving acts that we're just going to add on to that fast? Because let's take advantage of the fact that the body now has much more attention to spend on taking care of. Let's go after some of those nastier bits that are hiding in the tissues. Let's ramp up our body's energy because it's no longer going to be spent on digesting food. It can now digest negative things. So I'm very happy to be here with Lorraine. Lorraine, love, let's jump into our perfect day Q&A.
Okay, I'm just going to get the slide rolling here.
Ooh.
Zoom. Share screen.
That is a lovely little female Buddha. Maybe you have the proper name in the background there.
Hey, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. She just appeared.
She's lovely. All right.
I get to
6-day
bore
advanced
over
water
you.
fast, self-love and self-care. Let's roll.
Yeah. Okay, so like Sandra said, we are so happy to be here to be able to help you through this water fast. Day 3, sometimes towards the end of it and into day 4 are probably the most challenging, but it's so doable and it's so worthy for your body to actually spring into that autophagy right at 72 hours. So you're almost there. I'm just going to advance this.
You're almost there. And isn't it interesting, Lorraine, that each time we fast, it is going to feel slightly different, isn't it, love?
That's right. That's right. The more you do this, the easier it becomes. And then you get really good at knowing what's coming next as your body shifts into this full-on autophagy at about 72 hours. Like this is an amazing time for the body because you are going to have full connection, body, mind, spirit. Everything starts to download. Your body is cleaning house. You're making room for the downloads to come in and to come quick and easy and it's just an amazing thing. Now, before we get much further into here, I'm just going to talk a little bit about the 5-star healing and training retreat. And that is in Ixtapa, Zihuatanejo. We want to encourage people that, you know what, this is an amazing place to go down and spend your time. You know, whether you want to do a juice fast, a water fast, like what we're doing right now, or maybe you just want to go and spend time and learn how to create that perfect day and have someone catering and preparing things for you who knows what a perfect day looks like, you know, and then maybe take advantage of the energy machines that are down there. So the Cardio Med Bed, the Cellsonic, the Avicen, the Bioptron, all of those things, and just get really nurtured and remove yourself from where the problem started and come to a place totally, engulfed in you taking care of you. That's what this is.
We can spend so much time in our normal, natural place, and we actually need to kind of remove ourselves from that situation so that we can really do a check-in. We don't need any of those distractions from the day. We don't need any, did the garbage man come at the right time? Did this happen? Did I remember to go pick up the mail? We need to sometimes retreat away from that normal everyday humdrum. Even if we love our lives, we need to take that step back. And so heading down to Ixtapa, Mexico, I think is perfect. It feels like paradise. It's easy to eat high quality fruits all day. I really miss the coconut water straight from the coconut, and even getting some of the meat from the inside of the coconut. So we fell in love with Ixtapa, Mexico, going down there and helping Dr. Darrell Wolf start up the Healing and Training Center. So it is, I highly recommend taking that time to step away from your normal and retreat so that you can really go within and gather yourself and decide what needs to stay with you and what needs to get left behind on the beach.
Yeah. And the next slide here is just to let everybody know that there is a lecture happening in Toronto on the 23rd with Dr. Wolf, and Dr. Sage Wolf is going to be there on the 22nd on Monday and going right up to Sunday the 4th, and he is going to be doing treatments. So if you're in the Toronto area and you want to experience the Wolf non-surgical thermography, cell-sonic, or a consultation, these are the things that are available. So if you are wanting to book that, you'd have to call 1-250-801-5673. And so if you're in the Toronto area and you want to get some treatment done, this is what you're going to do. You're going to call Dr. Sage Wolf and book yourself with him for either non-surgical or the thermography, cell sonic, or a consultation, or maybe everything. You know, you're in a situation, or maybe you've just you've been golfing and you've got a shoulder that's not as good as the other shoulder and it's bothering your swing. You know, whatever the problem is, whether it's minor or major, or you just want to test drive this to see how it feels. I know for myself, the first time I had non-surgical done, I didn't think that I had any issues in my tissues, but I found out shortly thereafter that yes, I did. When there's stagnation, you don't have the right circulation or the lymphatic flow. So when we can open up those areas of stagnation with the non-surgical and the cell sonic, I mean, these are beautiful things that we can be doing to help our bodies function at optimum peak. You know, we should not say that we're going to grow old and be decrepit, and that's pretty much the norm right now. You know, that's the expectation. And for me, I want to be upright, cutting my grass at 98, if that's what I want to do. You know, so that's why Dr. Wolf came up with this technique, the non-surgical, and also the thermography is, you know, it gives you an idea if you of how the body is going to look in about 7 years if you do not make any changes. So it lets us know the little aches and things that aren't quite right and gives us an outlook on what your future looks like if you don't do anything. So the thermography, it reads the entire body, and it's non-invasive. And the cell sonic is the the cell sonic actually takes 2,500 volts and transforms it into a love vibration. And this decrystallizes, it knocks the crystallization, calcification, and scar tissue. It starts to bring that down. So right down to a cellular level, it's getting the calcification off the cells so the cells can actually function properly. So when we do that in tandem with the non-surgical, it is the silver bullet to get you moving. And of course, the Perfect Day consultation is going to give you the roadmap that you need to create that perfect day for yourself so that you can have a perfect life. So again, Dr. Sage Wolf is going to be in the Toronto area from Monday, the 22nd of July.
July, yeah. Sage is there July. Daryl's heading there June. So just clarify that.
Okay. So he's going to be there from July 22nd until August the 4th. So just know that he's going to be in the area. And if you're interested in getting treatment, then give him a call, 1-250-801-5673. And then there's the lecture that Dr. Daryl Wolf is going to be doing. So a day with the doc with the lovely Magdalena on June the 22nd. And it's going to go from 9:30 a.m. till 5 p.m. And man, if you are in the Toronto area or within driving or even want to fly out for this is such a life-changing lecture. It's an amazing thing. You won't regret taking the time to learn how the body actually works, because we truly have been ruled, schooled, and fooled about the things that happen in our bodies. So you can go and speak with Magdalena directly to reserve your spot, and her number is 416-669-9351, or you can go to bhnuniversity.com or braveheartnation.com and go to lectures and sign up that way. And so that's coming up in the next couple of days. Today's Friday, that's going to be on Sunday. So, and if you cannot make it in person, it's going to go live stream on all of our platforms. So Facebook, Rumble, Twitter, Instagram, Telegram, all the grams. So if you can't be there in person, then I encourage you to hop on one of these platforms and take it in that way. You will not regret it. I mean, every time I listen to Dr. Wolf, I pick up more information every single time. And it's just, it's the way the body works. And when you don't know, you can't do better, right? So
if you're in the area, I'd be highly
take advantage of this and start to learn.
Okay, let's keep going. We've got a
few Stuart, Florida lectures. So the next lecture coming up in Stuart, Florida will be me on the 25th. And again, that's going to be live in Stuart, Florida. But if you're not in the area, it is going to be broadcast on all of our platforms. So Cheryl from California is going to be co-hosting with me on that. And she is an amazing woman. And she's going to be helping me with the Pelvic Restoration and Disease Prevention Masterclass also. So if you're interested and want to learn more about how the pelvic area of a woman has been manipulated by the medical system and want to take your power back, it would be something that you'd want to take in. So again, that's on the 25th of June in Stuart, Florida. Australia lectures are coming up. And I don't have dates there, but you can go to bhnuniversity.com or braveheartnation.com to find out exactly where he's going to be doing these and the times and the places. And I'm just going to go right past that. And then, of course, the courses, the last course in Stuart, Florida is the Pelvic Restoration and Disease Prevention Masterclass. And that is going to be on the 28th, 29th, and 30th of June. I still have room for a couple more ladies. After that, we're going into Coffs Harbour in Australia, and that is in August. And you can, how did we get there? Whoa. So those courses looks like Rafa has them up there. So you can go to bhnuniversity.com or braveheartnation.com to find out exactly the times and the dates that are available for those courses. And then we are back in Zihuatanejo, Iztapa, Zihuatanejo, in October and the beginning of November. And then we have the courses for next year up on the board there. So January, I believe there is the first course starting in Ixtapa. And you can see that there's one in BC, and yeah. So, Sandra, have we gotten any questions at all?
We don't have any questions just yet, but we've got some brave hearts. We've got some practitioners out there that are chiming in and giving us lots of hearts and helping post things for us. Dame Phoenix Wildfire is out there. Biliana is out there. Michelle Tufton, and the ladies are helping to post things as we're mentioning them. So thank you, Braveheart Nation, for being out there. We really appreciate you. And we really just love being a part of the nation, right? Coming together. So one thing I wanted to mention about the lecture is if you can get there in person, I would show up, because there's something about being with people that helps create community. So join in online and be a part of things online if that's your only option. And then when you've got the chance to go and meet people in person, meet Dr. Sage Wolf in person, meet Dr. Darrell Wolf in person, it's going to bring that realness to that information. And so we just love meeting and greeting with people and extending that community feeling out there and growing that community of ours.
So I remember the first water fast that I did, the very first water fast that I ever did with Doc of Detox. I didn't have any of the products, so I just did water. That's it. I figured, I had been used to doing a water fast one day a week. And I thought, well, why not just extend it and do 6 days? And by the time the night of day 3, I started having hot flashes. And I hadn't had hot flashes for quite a while. I'm past menopause, and it was a little different. And when I got up in the morning, I had these heart palpitations happening, and I thought, oh my gosh, okay, this doesn't feel so good. And what I should have done is I should have reached out to Dr. Wolf, and I didn't. I actually, my sister had called. I said, I'm on day 4 of my water fast, and this is what's happening. And she says, oh my gosh, you're going into, what is it when your sugar levels go down? But, and it scared me. And I thought,
so what was really happening in the body? What was actually going on?
It was just detoxifying, right? You've got to bring the heat on. The energy has to shift to be able to detoxify. You get a fever because your body is trying to get rid of whatever that is. So having that the hot flashes is what I thought I was having, but it really wasn't. And then the palpitations, because I put myself into this fear, right? It was like, oh my gosh, I've never felt this before. What's going on, right? Because I've never done just water, so.
That makes me think back to I've had lots of panic attacks back in not lately, but that brings me back to the thought of my body wasn't comfortable because I wasn't really in control and I wasn't really loving me. So my body was programmed to go into this woo zone, right? So you were pushing back on that envelope. Yeah, and I like to say hot flashes is that mini fever. Let's burn it off. Like, what did you put in that you shouldn't have been put in, right? So the body says, okay, we've got some energy here. Let's start to burn it off. And especially now that we're talking about doing this during the fast, your body's got lots of energy because it's not mulling away trying to digest. It's got the energy to, woohoo, let's maybe create a little bit of a hot flash or a body fever if it needs to. So.
And I wasn't doing the ultimate coffee enema or vaginal infusions back then. I mean, we didn't even know about vaginal infusions back then. These are things that have popped up since then. Matter of fact, I don't even think we were doing an ultimate coffee enema back then. We were just doing coffee enemas, but I wasn't even doing that. So had I been helping my body to detoxify by doing that ultimate coffee enema every day, that would have made a huge difference. And if I was doing the vaginal infusions, oh my gosh, right? Anytime that we can do nutraceuticals from the bottom up, I mean, they support our body about 65% more than taking them from the top down. Top down has to go through the digestion, and there's always energy lost there. So yeah. So when you're supporting your body and loving your body, and you're adding all of the things that you can take in the advanced water fast. So you're doing your IGF-1, whether it's the 300,000 or the 25,000, depending on your age, right? For me, when I introduced that 300,000, that was a game changer. And then the SON formula too. You can take the SON formula. I'm stuck. Okay, you can take. Are we going? There we are. There.
I can hear you. Yep.
Oh my God. You can hear me? Okay, good. All right, so the SON formula you can take on the water fast, and it is an amazing thing that's going to, especially people who are older, you want to make sure that you're not going to lose the muscle mass as you're going through this. You want to maintain muscle mass, or maybe you don't have weight to lose. You want to maintain muscle mass because your body's going to start pulling from any reserves if you have nothing left there. So taking the SON formula, which is an amino acid, which is what protein breaks down into. So you're giving your body what it needs, and it's 98.9% absorbed into the body. So if you crush it up and throw it into some water, now it just gets absorbed. We don't have to, it's not turning on the digestion at all. Do you have anything to add there, Sandra?
Oh, we just want to make sure everyone understands that the SON formula, the IGF, and the Beyond Ormus those are all very important parts of your fasting. We're also going to keep some of that essential oils in the water. We're only going to use the straight fulvic or the black diamond. So those really are your basics. And then if you want to take it up a notch, let's invest in the calcium ionic therapy. And because we are creating a little bit of an acidic load when we're doing the fasting, we're taking away a lot of it with all these supportive products, but you are really going to take it to the next level if you want to invest in that calcium ionic therapy while you're fasting, and really make sure that it's 3 steps forward and 2.5, 3 steps forwards and only a half a step back from the acidity created. That calcium ionic therapy is really going to help make sure your body gets all the benefits of what you're doing.
Another thing you can be doing too, if you've got maybe a fibroid or lumps and bumps that you're trying to get rid of, you can be taking the FibroClear. So again, you'd be opening up those caps and throwing them in some warm water and drinking them.
Yep, we want to make sure that we're using our structured water for absolutely everything. That maybe if you're brand new, that's maybe a little bit of a concept to learn about, but dive into our library to learn about this portable structured water. That's going to be one of those base items, those foundational items that you're not really going to want to miss out on.
And then the cell power. You want to be, if you are wanting to take it even further, then you want to hydrogenate your water. And I have found that this actually makes it that I have bowel movements that all of them now are floating. I used to get some that would sink, but now all of them are floating. So is this helping my body? You bet it is.
Perfect. Okay. We got lots of love in the chat, but no questions just yet. Anyone out there want to chime in with some questions? You're practitioners, but hey, you never stop learning.
Well, I don't know. Is it exactly? And we don't want to stop learning because there's always new information that's coming out. So why wouldn't you want to take advantage of it? So, get yourself on, join the Braveheart Nation. And get yourself on the app. The app is coming out and we want beta testers. So if you can get yourself, go to bhnapp.com and you can get yourself signed up as a beta tester. Clicking things and finding out what's working, what's not quite right, and let us know. Let us know how you're doing with it. We need beta testers so that by the time this comes out August the 8th to the world, it'll be all pristine because we'll have all of the glitches out of there with your help. So if you are part of Braveheart Nation, hop on, try it out, test drive for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Anybody and everybody that wouldn't mind taking the time to go through and make sure each little button will work, make sure each action happens the way it should. We would love absolutely anybody to come in, bhnapp.com and sign up to be a beta tester. So we've got lovely Michelle Tufton is asking, how much sawn during the advanced water fast? On an everyday basis, I'm taking 3 every morning. Lorraine, what are you going to suggest for the water fast? Are you going to suggest maybe up to 5, or just start with a 3 and then just see how it goes? What kind of advice do you give?
Is that the SON formula?
Yes.
Okay, so for the SON formula, yeah, you know what? I would up it. I would totally up it because you're just doing water. You're just doing water. So why not give your body what protein breaks down into? So yeah, I would go like 5 or 6 or maybe even 8, depending on how I'm feeling. See, when you do these water fasts, you connect better to what your body is telling you. So feel your way through that, up it to 4 and see how you do. And then test drive 5 for a little bit, and then maybe go to 6. And just notice the difference in how you're feeling.
And then we're also crushing it during the fast, correct, Lorraine? We don't have those digestive enzymes, so we're also going to take the time to crush the SON so that it can just be a powder into a little bit of water and zip it down.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So, we want to be able to support the body in absolutely every way. I know Sandra mentioned all the other things that we could be doing, and taking time for yourself, not planning a whole lot of stuff. You certainly aren't going to be doing, heavy exercises while you're doing this. Yoga, so where you're doing some light stretching, or maybe you're going to do some swimming. It's just really simple. Things that you want to be doing on a daily basis as far as movement goes. Maybe just doing the squats, maybe, the crab stretch, the pelvic expander, maybe some rebounding, but it's going to be just a little bit of movement, and then really taking care of yourself and loving yourself as you go through this process. Don't tax your body, because this is supposed to be you getting in touch with you, not you conquering the world. That's not what this is about. This is you taking care of you, you loving yourself, you taking the time to do maybe some meditation in the morning. Our power hour is first thing in the morning when we get up, and then last thing in the evening. So if you can take some time and connect to your breath, do the 6 seconds in, the 7 seconds out, and then just let whatever thoughts are available out there come into you, and acknowledge them and say, thank you. Thank you for giving me this information. Thank you for cleaning out my body. Thank you for all of the benefits of this 6-day advanced water fast. And then, it really, when you get to day 6, you might want to really see how you're doing and how you're feeling. And maybe you want to push it a little bit further. Maybe you want to go to 8 days, 10 days, 12 days, or maybe you really want to keep going until whatever situation your body is dealing with is done. Some people do that. But you need to be taking the nutraceuticals that go along, like Sandra had mentioned, to be able to support the body so that you can maintain what the body needs on a daily basis.
And remember that self-love that is, we are going after some of those negative beliefs as well. So to take that time to have this set aside as your time, because some of those scary moments that Lorraine experienced that one time, those were some fears that literally, in one sense, were getting burned out, that were just getting, we were bringing them to the surface and airing them and letting them go during this fast. So definitely have this as a time to set aside for yourself, to just say, you know what, I just need to let some of this fear burn off and just go away into the ether. And so I'm just going to lay here in the bed, and I know I'm fine. I know I've supported my body with all these extra items. And okay, some of these fears are coming up. I'm just going to actually breathe and connect. And I know that even though I'm feeling all this, nothing else is actually happening. We just need to maybe just ride through those fears just one more time and just let them go and just observe them. Probably any time that we can sit back and observe a feeling, you're going to learn even more than what you knew before. So this is a great time, right? We're not just trying to have our body use the autophagy to burn up all these extra things. We're also wanting just to take this self-care and self-love time to help burn away these extra things that we don't no longer need in our life.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. It is the time for you to get back to loving the body and reconnecting to absolutely every part of it and just noticing, the different ways that you're feeling and going with the flow rather than resisting like what I was doing. I was, oh my gosh, I don't know, right? And then I talked to the wrong person because she knew nothing about what I was doing. I should have talked to the expert. So just know that, what, your questions matter. Your health matters. When is a good time to change? When is a good time for you to be able to do this and continue and love yourself through it? Are there questions?
Yeah, we're really good. Okay, Heather's out there. Hi, Lorraine. I feel blocked up inside. My heart rate is higher. I feel like I need to do a coffee enema, but I'm nervous. It's usually safe for everyone. Question mark. I had an
Absolutely.
umbilical hernia. I had a mesh patch, which I'm getting out soon. I was tricked by the hospital 16 years ago. They thought they were doing the right thing. They thought that you didn't need to know absolutely all of it. And so they didn't inform you. This is now our time that if you are there for some sort of reason, because they do, they can do surgeries when it is absolutely necessary. We now have to take that place of now I'm in that sovereign position and I'm going to ask way more questions than before, and I'm going to understand absolutely everything that's going on and if they don't have answers, then they better have answers before you move forward, right? They told me when I was under that they were putting it in. I'm still healing, but I found an amazing surgeon to get it out. He has precision. In the meantime, I still need to get the inflammation down, and I'm having lymph massages, etc. Okay, good for you, love. So the questions are: I feel like I need to do an enema, but I feel nervous. And then the information about the umbilical hernia and the mesh put in.
You know what? Don't be nervous about that coffee enema. If you make that coffee enema and you get into the bathroom and you get some in your body, I'm going to give you a gold star. I'm going to give you a gold star. You did it. It's baby steps in the right direction. So you're nervous. Be childlike. This is an experiment. Try it. And then the next time you'll do a little better. And the next time you'll do a little better. If you're feeling your body is saying, hey, you need to do this, your body is nudging you and saying, get at it, do it, do it, do it. Love your body enough to do it. And then whatever happens, happens. Just be playful with it. When I do a coffee enema, even now, I'll go right into the tub because if I have an accident, I don't have to worry about it. I'm going to put an old towel down. It's going to go on the towel. I'm not worried about it at all. Whatever happens, happens. And you know what? I go in totally naked so that if I get any mess anywhere, I can shower. I'm right there. Just be playful and just do it because it's not that bad. It really isn't. It really isn't. And when you get good at it, you are going to find that when you hold that coffee in for even just 3 minutes, you have allowed your entire blood system to go through the liver when it is producing on hyperdrive. So it is doing, from what I remember, it actually cleanses the blood 600 times better than when you don't do a coffee enema. So there's the hepatic portal, which is about 2 inches into the rectum. So as soon as the coffee hits there, it gets right into the liver. A coffee enema is more about supporting the liver to be able to detoxify the body and do the work it's supposed to do. than eliminating what's in the large intestine, but it does both. So just like I said, be playful and just do it. Just do it. Do some belly button therapy before you even go in to put the coffee in. Do that little bit of 5 minutes. Or if you don't have a belly button therapy, then just do some massaging along the large intestine. Just to loosen things up. Maybe make sure that you have a bit of a bowel movement before you even start. And if you're worried at all, maybe just do a warm water enema first. If you have some tummy love, you can put a little bit of tummy love in the warm water, or maybe a pinch of black diamond, pardon me, and then just do it that way, or just do the structured warm water. And then the next time, do the coffee, because the ultimate coffee enema is going to support that liver. And when the liver is supported, you're gonna feel the difference.
Yeah. So I really like the way Lorraine was explaining it. So you were hearing the body. I'm curious. I think I need to be doing this. And then that all subconscious brain steps in and goes, oh, but wait a minute, what about? Whoa. So she's commented again, Lorraine. I'm not worried about the mess. Good for you, love. Just the hernia, right? So that's the body saying, oh, but we got some physical things in the way. But again, when Lorraine mentioned the belly button therapy, that's going to, push up against that hernia over time. That needs to start to loosen up. Maybe some Wolf non-surgical needs to happen on that area. But yeah, to assist those areas where we got those big physical blocks, we need to make sure those tissues all around it are nice and tidy and clean. And so, yeah, maybe it physically might feel like a lot. So just put the coffee enema in nice and slow, because your body says, hey, I have this physical block of the hernia in the way. We're going to put a whole bunch of water in. Now we're going to feel really full and it's not going to feel comfortable. So let's just put the water inside the body in just a slower rate. And so we don't up that anxiety, but we're still going to get those benefits from doing the ultimate coffee enema.
Yeah. Just take your time. Love yourself through it. Because that is what you're doing. You're supporting your body in just one more thing. And why not? Because it is so worth it. So worth it. I know I was working with a naturopath, and he said, no, Lorraine, you have to start doing these coffee enemas. And I got everything the day he told me I was supposed to do it, but it sat there, because it's something I'd never done before. But you know what? When I started doing it, you feel what the body's going to feel like, and it is amazing. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it.
When I first started, I was very, very convinced that my body needed it before and I knew I should be doing it for months. So I was just like, yeah, I bought the stuff. It was in the house. And to be totally transparent, guys, I've had a little bit of sexual trauma, a little bit, right? So when the very first time I'm laying in the bathtub and I got a mat underneath me, and, I felt cold, I felt a little bit vulnerable. And I just kept talking to myself going, it's okay. It's okay that I've put something into my bum. It's okay that I'm putting water into the rectum. And I was highly convinced that I needed to do it. And I really had to do a lot of talking to myself that it's okay, body. I'm in charge. And I know I haven't been in charge until now, but it's okay. This is just fine. It is going to feel a little bit strange. It's not going to last forever. And I just had to be really calm with myself, because the body did not want me to be putting this thing into the rectum, right? My body was just like, no, this is not what we want to do. So I had to be loving and caring, but a little bit strong to say, it's okay. We're going to keep going now.
Yeah, exactly. Talk to yourself like you're that little child, because that's the little child coming out saying, oh. right?
Yep, that's right. Heather, thanks for your comments, Heather. Thank you, Lorraine. I do have a belly button tool. The pain is in the chest area. There's a lot going on, but I am healing. You are both amazing. Thank you. Thank you, Heather. I was going to do a salt flush first. Are they just as good too?
I know the salt because of the electrolytes it's good, but does it do exactly the same for the liver? I don't think so. No, not at all. So, yeah, you need the coffee, but test drive with the salt. Do the salt water. Why not? You know, if you've never done anything like this, start where you're comfortable. Start where you're a little bit more comfortable, and then just get better at it, right? That's all we need. 1% change every day. That's it.
And we're all brave enough to step into these places that maybe we don't feel completely comfortable, but we've got lots of information. We know what we're doing. And so we just need to be kind to ourselves in the interim.
And, you know, looking back at my own life, that massive change happens in the uncomfortable. So we need to be putting ourselves in that uncomfortable, that foreign look on life. You know, it's different, but we need that. We need to be pushing that envelope and just saying, oh, a little bit more. I can do this. I got this. 3, 2, 1. I got this, right? Yeah. So 3, 2, 1. Use this guy. This is your hug. That is your kiss. And then 3, 2, 1, Braveheart, I've got this. And you know, anytime that we get into that, I don't know, I'm nervous, I can't do it. Get back to the Love Band, Life Band. Connect to your breath. Bring it back in. Slow it down. Make sure your nose breathing. See if you can belly breathe. See if you can get that breath from the chest down into the belly. That is where we need to be. So when you're lying there and you're about to start your coffee enema, putting the tube in, you're going to connect to your breath. And you're going to say 3, 2, 1, I've got this. I've got this. This is the most loving thing I can be doing right now for my body.
Heather's commented again. So the enema doesn't go near the hernia. Yeah, love, if your hernia is up closer to the rib cage, the liquid's going to definitely go through the large intestine. If your large intestine is right where it's supposed to be and right underneath that diaphragm, that's going to be somewhat close. But has your large intestine fallen a little bit, right? If it's not able to do its job, that specialized muscle group loses tone, can now only do this. Perhaps your large intestine is actually underneath the belly button. So there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the belly button therapy is actually going to help with help you get that large intestine up. And then, of course, you know, when you're back on the perfect day, the black gold is what's going to support toning the area and patching any holes in the large intestine and supporting the good bacteria. So yes, we want to be able to support and do the best that we can with what we've got.
Well, love, we're about 50 minutes in. If anyone's out there that hasn't spoken up yet, please get those questions in, because we've just come on just to handle any questions and Q&A. Know that you can reach out to Dr. Dara Wolf directly, 469-861-8884. Lorraine and I'm usually available on the phone. Lorraine is available sometimes on the phone on the 855-900-4544 extension 0. And then you've got tons of resources online. You've got lots of resources go to the main webpage, docofdetox.com, click on library, start your account there. And then we'd also love people to be diving into that app and helping us out there. And so we're pretty excited for that to be coming online, because soon we'll be able to connect with everybody there. And a lot of resources are going to be on that app. So dive into everything you can. Take lots of time to be diving into those self-care and self-love actions, not just the products and not just not eating, but dive into all those self-loving things that we can be doing. What do you want to share to sort of wrap things up, Lorraine?
Well, you know what? Your questions matter. Your health matters. We have never been in such a toxic world before. We're at this tipping point. If you do not take action to help your body get healthy, you're going down. You're going down because your body cannot keep up with all the toxins out there. From the water, from the food, to the soil, to how we're thinking, how we're brought up, the programming, blah, 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 the control over the ones that be, it's all trying to knock us down. So you have to be a brave heart and bring yourself back up and do everything that you possibly can to support your body. And that's what we're all about. It's baby steps in the right direction. I didn't get here overnight. I was doing a lot of stuff before I even knew Daryl. But did I advance quickly after I knew him? You bet I did. I got to where I wanted to be because I took massive personal action. And I knew that I wanted more. I expected more. And I just know that this body.
What was your, because I know you've done a lot of fasting, Lorraine. You did a year, you did a year and a half, and how often were you doing stuff for people? Let people know what you did.
Well, I decided I was going to do these water fasts every 6 weeks. And yeah, it was a challenge. And there was one of the water fasts that I did, and I actually started to come off it, but I knew I should have stayed on it. My body was saying, no, Lorraine, you need to stay on this one. And I went off it and started doing the vegetable broth. And I had made this beautiful vegetable broth, and I had stewed it down. So actually, when I took it, it tasted amazing, but it gave me diarrhea. And I talked to Daryl about it, and he said, no, you made the broth too strong. You should have just done like maybe half broth, half water when you first came off. And then I talked about other things that was happening. There was still a lot of bubbles, a lot of foam in my urine, which meant that there was protein coming out. And he said, Lorraine, you needed to stay on this. And then I also had what I thought was bug bites, because I was in Mexico, coming out on my body, but they were in places where bugs shouldn't have gotten to. And they were everywhere, but places where bugs shouldn't have gotten to, right? And I was telling Daryl, and he said, Lorraine, that wasn't bugs. That was coming out. You needed to stay on it. So I had only been on the broth for 1 day. So I went back and did another 6 days. And it made a world of difference. And that was me not listening to me, because I knew I needed to stay on it longer. And I didn't love myself at that moment when I made the decision to start the broth. But I did.
Well, it's a learning curve, right, love? And now that you know that some of that would have just been a little bit of panic, right? But what kinds of things, like, I think you took yourself to university when you did that, right? Like, how many of them were very close to each other? How many of them were very similar, or were they completely individual, each one?
I would say everyone was a little bit unique, just a little bit different than the other one. Because every time that you do this, you're actually getting, if you're doing it every 6 weeks, guess what? You're going deeper each time and you're getting there quicker. You're getting to the root cause, you know, you're getting everything taken care of. You know, the feeling that you get, the boost that you get from the stem cells, it's amazing. It's a high on its own. You know, a lot of people are putting out, I don't know how much money to get stem cell treatment. Really, come on, give yourself a shake, do a water fast, and you'll create more stem cells than you would if you would have gone for these treatments that would have cost you not only your time, but your dollars also immensely. And you're getting your body to do what it needs to do, right? All of a sudden it's got all this energy, you're not digesting. I'm going to create more stem cells because you need to get healthier, right? Your body's always doing what it's supposed to be doing. And absolutely every single time you do a water fast, you're going to notice different things. And the body is just taking another step forward. It's doing another layer. It's kind of like you're an onion. And we got through one layer, and next time you're going to get through another layer. And next time you're going to get through another layer. And you know what? Because we're in this toxic world, we need to be doing these. We absolutely, it is a must in my books. I don't go very long without doing one. I'm starting my next water fast on Monday because that's my timing. I'm traveling tonight and I'll be settling in, and I'm just giving myself the grace to get in and do a couple of days of just juicing, and then I'm going to be doing my water fast starting Monday. Yeah, so I'll be behind you guys. And on Monday, Sandra and I are going to be back to do another Q&A, and you should be on. If you started on Wednesday, Monday should be your last day. So hopefully we'll have some more questions. And for sure, if you've got any questions that, and you're watching this afterwards, just pop your questions below. And I know I keep my eye on this thread, and I know Sandra does too, and we'll pop on and answer what pops up. Yeah.
We also have a fasting group on Facebook. Probably pretty easy to post this inside that fasting group as well. But yeah, we'd love to see you guys back on Monday. We want to hear your progress. And so today's winner of the gold stars is Heather. Thank you so much for contributing, Heather, and just being open to share. And it makes it easy for us to share about our personal experiences. I've got Daryl's number posted, the address for the app posted. Before we log off, what are some of the other things we should be reminding people of? Should we show some of the slides for the courses? What should we do before we wrap up, Lorraine?
Well, you know, the Toronto lecture is coming up on Sunday. So if you're in the Toronto area, take advantage of this. If you're a Braveheart you're in Toronto or Ontario, a driving distance to Toronto, be there. There, you will not regret. Like Sandra said earlier, taking this information in person is way different than watching it. Yes, you're going to get education by watching it, but being there, you're going to feel the energy of the room. And you're going to be able to take that in and absorb it so much better, so much better. So if you're in the Toronto area, do sign up for the lecture. You're going to go to BHN University or braveheartnation.com. So bhnuniversity.com or braveheartnation.com. Click on lectures. The next one that should be popped up there is the Toronto one on Sunday. And again, if you can't be there live, it's going to be live streamed on all of our platforms. So Rumble, Twitter, which is X, I believe, Instagram, Facebook, and Telegram, and I think that's it. But just get the information. And then the next thing for me is the lecture on June the 25th in Stuart, Florida. If you're in Florida, come and join me. Come in and get your questions answered. I'm going to be talking about the women's pelvic health, and the lovely Cheryl Serta is going to be co-hosting with me. And she is an amazing woman, just an amazing woman with lots to offer. So those are the next two ones. And then the Pelvic Restoration and Disease Prevention Masterclass in Stuart, Florida. I still have a couple of spots available. So if you are in the area, or if you want to take a trip to Stuart, it's going to be beautiful. I'm looking forward to being there in the sunshine. I can hardly wait. I mean, the sun is shining today here, which is amazing. But there's nothing like that warmth of being more south. And anyhow, so I'm looking forward to being there and doing the course with the ladies that we've got signed up. I think other than that, we talked about it in the beginning, that you can go to BHN University or braveheartnation.com. The next course for Dr. Wolf will be in Australia, and he is doing a whole bunch of lectures before. So check it out, see where he's going to be. If you can join one of those lectures live, that's the best way to take it in. And then the whole life coach, and then Dr. Sage follows with the Wolf Non-Surgical, and then I'll be there with the Pelvic Restoration and Disease Prevention Masterclass. And Dr. Sage will do a lecture before the Wolf Non-Surgical, and I'll do a lecture before the Pelvic Restoration and Disease Prevention. And then we are in Ixtapa, Mexico in October and into the beginning of November. So just check out where we're going to be and get yourself signed up. We've brought the prices of our courses down by about 35-40%. And if you're Canadian, you're paying in Canadian dollars. If you're Australian, you're paying in Australian dollars, and US in US dollars. Take advantage of this. It's our pleasure to get this information out to you. And we are doing the best that we can and brought the prices down so that you can afford it. So, I think that's about everything.
Well, let's not forget about the Australian courses. Let's just check those dates. August, going to start on August 7th, and then pelvic restoration will end on September 1st. So anyone down under New Zealand or anyone international that's closer to Australia, get signed up. These are absolutely incredible to take in person. And of course, with Lorraine and I here, a part of it, obviously these courses have completely changed our lives. And like Lorraine said, she was already focused in health and already teaching. I certainly wasn't. So we're kind of coming at things from two different points of view, but both of us, our lives have been completely changed by learning how we can become a Braveheart, how we can make it safe to go inside, how we can make it safe to observe those things. And doing these water fasts just helps you advance so much quicker and so much faster. Without doing the fasting, our health would take a lot longer to come back online. And just like Lorraine said, these days we're so toxic, this has to actually be a part of our normal lineup for our bodies. So Rafa, if you're out there, I think we're ready to kind of wrap it up. We'd love being here with you guys. We'll see you back on Monday. And thanks for coming alongside, learning to fly. First, love yourself and become that true sovereign position in your life, that true Braveheart to yourself.
When is a good time to change? That would be now. And if it's not now, you've got another breath. you've got another opportunity. You know, our lives are on the line. They truly are. If you want to change the way that your body is working, you've got to come back to it. We have been so numbed out, ruled, schooled, and fooled. Let's get rid of all of that and start loving ourselves back to health. Today is your day. Do it. Take that massive personal action. And I did want to say too, the Australian courses right now, we don't have too many in them. If they don't get filled up, we're not coming. So you guys, you know, put your money down on these courses so that we can come, so that we can help you learn what you need to learn and become your authentic self. Be the practitioner for yourself first. Like Sandra said, you have to learn to fly. First, love yourself. And your questions matter, your health matters. We want to be able to support you in absolutely every way that we can, however you need it. But you have to take the first step. So take that first step. Take one of these courses. You will not regret it. The Whole Life Coach is amazing. Crack your coconut from the inside.
So let's wrap it up with reading the Braveheart Oath. I'm not sure if we're going to put it on the screen or not, but I'll read it here. And everyone, maybe just close your eyes and just feel it for yourself. Together we are stronger. Braveheart. This is your Braveheart Oath. I am love. I'm healed. I am Braveheart. Today and every day, from the moment I rise until I gently close my eyes, I will always trust, honor, respect, protect, forgive, and totally love myself first and foremost before anyone else or anything else. So help me God, because I am, I can, I am love, I am healed, I am Braveheart. 3, 2, 1.
We've got this.